And I'm going to ask the first question. The first question is from Ilka Dan in South Africa. And Ilka Dan wants to know, what has defined your leadership journey through the years? You have a career as in government as a legal officer, and up to now, and in between so many other positions that we've mentioned, including the mother and the wife as well. You know, incredibly important. So what is it? What has defined your leadership journey through the years?
Oh, thank you. I think that's really a great question, and maybe it's not asked often enough, and that's why. And we end up in some cases with leadership that is undesirable. So I'll start by saying that every time I took on a role, including at the beginning of my career, what really defined what I did was integrity. That I did everything with the best of intentions, and that I did it not to just improve myself, but it was done to improve those that were around me. Commitment to anything that one does. I think if you're not committed to it, don't do it. You know, that's really the answer. Don't do it. Make sure that you're committed to whatever it is that you're doing, and really remain focused on it. Be an influencer. And that's not about power or authority. I think that you can influence without power and without authority. In any case, most of my life, I didn't have power or authority, but I was able to influence decisions that were made. I was able to influence roadmaps that were drawn up. I was able to influence how people looked at certain issues and how they resolved certain issues. I think that anything that you do has to be collaborative, because you're not doing it for yourself. And so there has to be some level of team engagement, of teamwork. Nobody has a monopoly of knowledge, and everybody has something important to contribute. And so as a leader, I think one should always remember that you have one mouth to speak and two ears to hear. And you should listen. You should listen because you may be missing so many things that would improve your leadership style, would improve those around you. And I think at the end of the day, you must build a team so that when you're not there, that team can step in almost immediately. I remember that when I was doing the Constitution, as soon as the Constitution was actually enacted, I was asked to go and work with the United Nations. And I went to UNEP here in Nairobi, and I was the Assistant Secretary General there. And I remember me going to my leadership and telling them that, you know, the Secretary General had called and he'd invited me to take up this position, and I was requesting for his permission to go. And he said, well, I don't think I can let you go right now. And I said, and he says, look, we're implementing the Constitution. It's a new Constitution, and it may be really difficult for anyone to come in that is new and to continue doing this work. And I said, no, it won't be. I can assure you it will not be. And I told him that any of my deputies could actually step in easily, because everything that I did together with my team. And nobody knew more or less than the other. And that each of us, right, contributed in an equal manner and way, and that there was absolutely no way that any of them would fail. And I promised that in 6 months, if there was a feeling that a gap had been left, that I'd be really, really happy to come back, because this is my country after all, and I was more committed to it than anything else. And so I was allowed to go for six months in the expectation that after 6 months, maybe I'd be called back. But I knew clearly that there was absolutely no calling back, that my team was perfect, and it was going to carry on the work that we had started together. And indeed, after 6 months, I went back and asked. And I was told the answer was, I wish everybody built a succession plan like you did. Because no, we didn't feel any gaps. we didn't feel, your absence. Your team was excellent. So I think that it's really important that everything we do be collaborative. Yes, you're a leader and you should guide and give direction, but at the end of the day, you can't do it alone. So you need to have people around you. And I think equally importantly, you must have a vision that you are working towards. And the realization of that vision then empowers you, not just you, but the people around you, your team, and your community at large. So I think that those are really the 4 or 5, principles and values that defined what I did.
Thank you very much. For me, you sound like the kind of leader that we need to hear in Canada when we're having the CSC in 2023, because you've talked about vision. The things that you have talked about are so important. Vision, integrity, working for the people, leading the people around you so that they're benefiting, commitment, be an influencer, be collaborative, listening, building a team so that you yourself become irrelevant. I think that's one of the ones that I really have picked up that is really important. I just also want to let you know that we are talking to people from everywhere. There's Texas, there is Bangladesh, Barbados, Fiji, Sierra Leone, Tanzania, Saudi Arabia, Malawi, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Zambia. So those are some of the people that are online.